Welcome, Star Family. I am the Magical Medium, and welcome to the Spiritual Guidance channel. Today, we are working with the first quarter moon energy. We are using the Fantasy Cats Oracle. Thank you, Anna. She just donated this deck to the tribe. I'm super excited to work with it with you. If you didn't catch the episode of Presence, we did a little reveal of this deck and did a little reading with it. Interesting, I felt super good, and now all of a sudden, like, I feel like I'm losing my voice. I feel better, but I think I might have been like going out a little too hard this week, so it's really late. But I was just really drawn to do this reading tonight. I don't know why. The first quarter moon won't be at its peak for at least another 12 hours. But today, when we were driving, Lilith was just like shining so bright in like a half moon energy, bright in the sky. It was really cool, actually. So I don't know. I was just drawn to her, and I'm just feeling like I want to do this tonight. Plus, I feel like tomorrow I'm meant to do the pick a reading for the 2023 predictions. I don't usually like to say predictions, but drink some water. Seriously, I don't know what's going on out of nowhere. I'm just like, it's bizarre. Like, literally, I was totally fine, and then out of nowhere. So for those of you who are ill, I know Anna has been fighting something. If anybody else is, take good care of yourselves. Stay hydrated. Eat healthy foods. Eat foods that keep you hydrated, that don't dehydrate you. Stay away from caffeine, sugar, especially refined sugar. Things that aren't in your greatest and highest good, processed foods. Stay away from those things. I'm telling you, it makes a big difference when you're healing. Okay, with all that aside, I wanted to discuss the energy of the first quarter moon. Today, I read something really interesting and I wanted to share it with you. So let me get my little flashlight. Okay. Oh, here we go. And it says the first quarter moon is all about obstacles and how they raise their ugly head, right? And it talks about decisions that need to be made. No time to hesitate. Time to remove any obstacles and push forward. Also, look in the description box below. Right before this started, Spirit led me to this meditation for all of us to listen to and work with, and it's called An Angelic Experience is the album, and the song is called Angels of Victory. It's a nice 30-minute meditation. So I highly recommend that you work with that meditation at night or in the morning or both, whatever feels good. It's a really great album, actually, all the way around, but that's a really nice one. So I'll put a link below in the description box. And for those of you who are new here, that's what we do. Spirit has me put things in the description box if they want us to go any further. Also, today we have a new neighbor. We have a possum. Very sweet possum, has the sweetest energy. I caught Bubba playing with them. And his name is Fred. Bubba was telling me all about him. So if you are drawn to look that up, research possum spirit medicine. I wasn't drawn to bring anything together for it or look in the book. I have an animal medicine book, but they didn't draw me to look at that. There are some obvious things about the possum, but that is for you to research on your own. I will also put that in the description box just to remind you. But we are going to work with the Fantasy Cats Oracle and the Island Time Wellness deck, which the Island Time Wellness deck is no joke, and it is about love and relationships. And it's really interesting because, this is all about taking action and pushing the obstacles out of the way or moving around the obstacles that are in the way of the intentions that we set. In the beginning of the moon cycle, the new moon is always about, change and transformation. Like, what do you want to, it's the beginning of a new moon cycle. What do you want to work on during that moon cycle? And then the waxing crescent energy is about setting our intentions of what we want to accomplish during that moon cycle. So if you didn't watch the waxing crescent reading, I highly recommend you check it out. It was a really beautiful reading. Also, I did a Mercury retrograde picker reading and that was really wonderful as well. And if Spirit draws me to it, I will put links below. Otherwise, you can find them on my channel right there on the front. Okay, so let's dive into the fantasy cats. I really, really want to read the fantasy cats. Now, if they don't want me to do the fantasy cats first, they will actually not let me choose cards, so we'll see. If not, we will go into the island time wellness. The fact that I'm shuffling tells me that they want me to pull from the Fantasy Cats Oracle first. So Spirit, for our beautiful tribe today, where do we want to take action? What is going on with us, and what obstacles are in our way? Whatever cards between this deck and the other deck you want to pull together, and give us the breadcrumbs so that we can decipher the messages that you want to bring to us today. And thank you again, Anna. I love this deck. It's so beautiful. Okay, and by the way, Bubba's here with us, you guys, my familiar. You see her in the shorts all the time. Sometimes she comes into the readings, but anyway, Bubba is here. She says hello, and definitely hello to Anna. Her and Anna have a special relationship, but to all of the rest of you as well. Bubba says hello and sends her love, and she says, Happy New Year. Oh, thank you. She actually wanted me to quote her specifically, and she said, have a blessed New Year. Yes, thank you, Bubba. Okay, so we are working with winter. Oh, look at how beautiful. Oh, Bubba, it looks like a white version of you, Chi Chi. Winter, the delicate feeling of night. What a gorgeous card. Honestly, these cards are so beautiful. These cards are so beautiful. They are, though. They're so, so beautiful. I really love them, Anna. Like, I love, love, love these cards. They're just so gorgeous. So, listen, at the beginning of the book, I was really excited. I didn't read much of the book when I opened the package. But then afterwards, I went back and looked at it. Also, by the way, Anna, thank you so much for the little writing inside of the book, the Household Magic book. I don't remember specifically what the title is. It's not in front of me. But anyway, I noticed later that you wrote inside the book, and it's so beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so this says structure of the Barbary Fantasy Cats Oracle. So they have the season cards, the attitude cards, and the vertical cards. So this is a season card, and the season cards are when, the attitude cards are how, and the vertical cards are what. So we are talking about the first quarter moon. I think it's interesting that I know we have Southern Hemisphere tribe here, but in the Northern Hemisphere, we have been in winter now for about a week. So that's really exciting. Yeah, a week. Yeah, because today's the 29th. So this says the 4 season cards reveal the most useful energy, the time of day, and when to take action. How cool is that, you guys? That it literally says take action. And that is what we are talking about right now. And the first quarter moon energy is where to take action. And this is when to take action. So I want to see if there's any other things that they want us to read. Okay, so it says the season cards are focused on the timing and will help the reader to recognize the natural pacing and flow of energies in their life. Attitude cards will focus on how the reader can approach things, both in the way they perceive a situation and in the way they act. Finally, the vertical cards express actions, things that can be done and that can change the world in a practical way. All actions starts small and then they gain momentum and create change. Beautiful. Okay, so let's go to the winter card. So winter, the energy is delicate energy. And it says on there, the delicate feeling of night. And it says here, when take action at nighttime as the world sleeps. Oh, I mean, you guys, my husband is sleeping. Baba is like sleeping next to me here on the chair. And it is nighttime here. It just started raining. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but like I said, I was really drawn to do this at night. Isn't that interesting? Most of you know, if you've been with me for a while, that I always do readings on the day. I've always felt like I'm meant to like do the reading in that energy. But this is really profound because I was so drawn to the moon. In fact, we were driving today and it was really beautiful and sunny out. It was a beautiful day. And and Alder was like, "Oh wow, look at the moon." And I was like, "Oh," it was super super cool. And so I did a little video. I don't know when I'm going to post it, but anyway, it was so vibrant and it like called to me. And all night we were like watching movies, we were talking, hanging out, and finally I was like, I really feel like I need to do this reading. And he's like, that's cool. He's working tomorrow, so he's like, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm like, okay. But I mean, I was like so drawn to do this at nighttime. Like I can't even tell you. And it's not, you know what I'm saying? So to me right there, that's really profound. Okay, so the advice is do not fear darkness. Wait, be patient, prepare yourself, and look inward. Night breeds supernatural agents of support. Sleep, rest, regenerate, and dream. Wait for clear thinking and sublime contentment. Chilled crystalline landscapes bring peace and calm. White nights purify the scene and the soul. No effort is required. There is no place to go. There's nothing to do. Glory rests at your fingertips. The slate is wiped clean and reset buttons are pressed. The gifts you receive are matched by what is offered in the waking state. Starlight infuses all situations with delicate power. Night protects and seals your deepest desires. Isn't that beautiful? That's really beautiful. So, um, I'm hearing so, and for some of you, just like myself, like maybe you're more of a night owl. And so taking action towards your dreams, do that at nighttime. Maybe you're one of those people that, you function better like after the kids are asleep or your roommates are asleep or family or whatever, and you like the house really, really quiet. I'm getting the vibe from spirit like this is the time for you to take that action, is the nighttime. And for the rest of us, you know, or for the rest of whoever it's for, if you're somebody who really loves to sleep and you love like being like in like the darkness of night, like like they said, like you have nowhere to be, you're just like meant to lay there and just be quiet and be still, and you can really rest and relax. Take that time to really rest and relax. That's what I'm hearing from spirit, is to take that time to rest and relax. Rest and relax and just breathe, because you have nowhere to be anywhere else at that moment. Also, this is a brand new candle that I got today. It's actually a mug, that it'll be a mug after the candle's out, and I was really drawn to that today, and I wanted to bring that in and just remind us all how blessed we are, how truly, truly blessed we are. Drink some more water. My glass water bottle that I always have, that I've had forever, finally broke at the laundromat last week. So if you hear this, it's because I got this plastic water bottle right now until I can get a new like fancy one. I think I want to get one of those crystal ones. Has anybody tried those crystal water bottles? I was thinking about getting one. Anywho, with that being said, I'm really drawn to the Island Time Wellness cards now. I don't know if we're going to pull any more of the cats, but I was really drawn to this deck right now. Ooh, 1326. And did you see that fairy fly in? Holy shit. 1326. So 1326. So that's 11. So that's, I think, the number 12, right? And that's the number 3. So also I'm hearing for some of you guys, winter is your favorite time of the year. And I know, I understand, right? Especially as sensitives and empaths, like, people are quiet more, they're indoors, there's not as much busyness, especially after the holidays. Usually January, people like to just chill. I know I do. I like to take the whole month of January off if I can, but I don't feel like I'm meant to do that this year. I know I'm meant to take some time in a sabbatical, but I don't know. We still haven't heard anything about the wells, so I don't know what's going on with the house, but it's weird. Some days I like envision us there, living there, and then other days I'm like, I don't think we're supposed to live there. I feel like this was just some layover, or like, whatever. But I don't know. I've never had such a blank, which means that it's a surprise, like spirit's going to surprise us one way or the other. And I'm not concerned about it. You know what I mean? Like I told Alder today, I was like, you know what? I am super, super not concerned about it, because I really do genuinely believe like we are going to end up exactly where we're meant to be. We'll either turn this into a magical place, or we'll go somewhere else that's just as magical. So if they brought us here, that just means if this isn't it, it's something even better than this, which is hard to believe, but I know that miracles happen every day. So Anyway, okay, so any messages from the Island Time Wellness? The delicate feeling of night. My mind keeps like playing these words like over and over in my head. The delicate feeling of night. Also, look at the way the light's hit in this picture too. I feel like for some of you, I feel like you have a familiar that's passed on, and they want me to tell you that they love you and that they're with you all the time. And for some of you, it's time for you to get a pet again. Familiar, a pet. I know familiars don't really like to be called pets, it's time for you. It's time. And I know it's hard, but they want you to, and they're not going to come back. I don't think they're going to come back in this lifetime, but they'll always be with you, and you can talk to them at any time. They're just like any other entity that's crossed over. So for some of you, I feel like it was like an exotic animal too, not necessarily a cat or a dog. I mean, it could be, but I just definitely feel like for some of you, it was, I don't know, I just feel like it was exotic, if that means anything to anybody. Hold on, a card just flipped out. Okay, all right, we have 2 cards. Ooh, yikes, stabbed in the back. Who got stabbed in the back? Heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, and shocking attack. Wow. What happened? I feel like for some of you, this happened in a dream. Like you had a dream that you were stabbed or something like happened to you. Um, and I feel like for some of you, or maybe you have dreams where you get stabbed or you almost get stabbed or something like that. That happened in a past life. I know it's going to sound really, really dark, but I feel like at least for one of you, somebody's throat was slit. And I know mine was in one of my past lives. I had a really weird experience happen to me where I was astral traveling. And long story short, I just like screamed and begged for, God to like get me out of there. And it was just, I was pulled through like this wormhole, and I like woke up and like was like, like I couldn't even breathe. And I was like trying to turn on my light. I was like totally freaked out because it was so fucking real. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I remember I talked with one of my shamans at the time about it, and she's like, yeah, that was a past life. And I mean, she like pictured it like it was really wild. But anyway, so for some of you, it's not going to happen in this lifetime. It's just something that happened before. And the darkness, remember they talked about in the winter card about facing the darkness and not being afraid of the darkness. Don't be afraid of that. It happened. It's over. You have to think of this as like a video game. And, it's like, in the video game, you get so many lives, and then it's like, it's like, you're like, bing, and then you're like back. It's like, look at it like that. Like, that was from a life, another life. And it's just coming back because you're really connecting. Like, I feel like you're a natural medium or a natural psychic. And so it's like you're just tapping into your gifts, and don't be afraid of it, you know? Don't fear the reaper kind of thing. That's just for one person, but the heartbreak and the pain, yeah, I feel like there's a separation going on. Either you cheated or they cheated. There's definitely the separation, deception, and heartbreak are all kind of connected. And the shocking attack feels like maybe they came at you about something. Doth do protest too much. Those people who are like, you're cheating on me, you're cheating on me, but it's like they're the ones that's actually cheating. You know what I mean? So I kind of get the vibe that it's something like that. So if somebody keeps accusing you of cheating on them, or why are you coming home late from work or anything like that, most likely there's something going on there. So it's time for you to take action and face the music with that, because most likely they're the one that's doing it. So here we go. Mirroring each other, self-image, relationships reflect our wounds, and introspection. That's probably oil. Yeah, I have oil on my hands a lot. It could be wax too. Anyway, so mirror. Have you ever heard that term, like that somebody's your mirror? Like if they're mirroring you. It's like basically if someone doesn't like you, there's something about themselves that they don't like. And so it's like, that old saying, I am rubber, you are glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and, goes back to you kind of thing. So I'm That's interesting that we've got stabbed in the back a mirror. What's going on, man? I thought it was going to be like this taking action, like, it's like we're in the Capricorn energy, we're grounded, we're earth, but at the same time, it's no bullshit. I feel like they don't, spirit does not want us going into this next Gregorian calendar year. Like, I feel like they genuinely want us to leave a lot of shit behind in 2022. This may have happened to you earlier in the year. This may have happened to you in the past, this, whatever. And it can be something too that it's time for you to take action. Like you have to like let it go, let it go, let it go. You know what I mean? Like let it go. If you're going to move forward with this person, then you have to let it go. And it could also be that this person is just a mirror for you, to see the kind of error of your own ways, kind of thing, right? Look at self-image. Relationships reflect our wounds. We tend to get in relationships, friendships, romantic relationships, our family, our work. We tend to have people around us. You guys know I've been talking about like the freakiness of our new landlord, how he's like looks, talks, and acts like my father and has my father's birthday. I mean, what are the fucking odds? I mean, that's just like, but he's been a great mirror for me. I've had to go to some of the darkest places because, I can hear people's thoughts and things that they think about me and all that. It's like sometimes it's hard, even though I know they don't really mean it. It's like it doesn't matter. It's like I can still, I take things so personally. So if you have those kind of gifts where you can hear other people's thoughts and you can feel their emotions and all that kind of stuff, you're not crazy. But just remember, even if they're saying shitty things about you, it has nothing to do with you. It's the mirror concept. So it could just be that you're really coming into your gifts and, taking action might be for you to walk away and get these people out of your life, because you don't want people, like my partner, I feel so good when I'm around him, but there was a time where I could hear his thoughts and I would say, I know what you're thinking about me and I know what you're blah, blah, blah. And he wouldn't believe me. And then I would say things and I'd see him kind of get like freaked out. And I'm like, dude, it's part of my fucking gift. It's a blessing and a curse, For the longest time, I thought I was crazy because I would be like hanging out with my quote unquote like best friends, my closest friends, and I would hear these horrible things they would be thinking about me. And I just assumed they were the voices in my head because everybody said I was crazy and all these things. Then I started realizing, I'm like, no, I'm what do they call it, clairsentient, and a telepath and an empath. So it's like I can hear, feel, see, like even colors, like like around somebody, like in not in a good way, like sometimes I see red and not in a passionate way, but like in a rage and an anger, and I'm like, why are they so mad at me? But it has nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? It's just that I'm just this mirror held up in front of them. And it's the same for you. Like if you found yourself in this reading, there's something going on for you as well. So I feel like we're meant to pull another cat card. Oh yeah, this one like stuck to my hand. Okay. Also, I wanted to point out that they have different imagery. Look at how cute the imagery is on these cards. I love these cards, Anna. I really, really love them. They're so special. It's such a special, cool little deck. Okay, so we've got that there. And then, so on this side, we have grooming number 8. Oh, taking action. Also, look at this awesome moonstone from Anna. I have to pull this forward because it's really beautiful. I don't know if you'll be able to see the rainbow in it, but it's really, really, really pretty. I don't know, probably not. I don't want to waste time doing that. But okay, so grooming. So we've got mirror and stabbed in the back. I'm going to bring this over here. Look at the little kitty in her hair. Oh, and the little ladybug. So let's also look up ladybug spirit medicine and cat. We might as well look up cat spirit medicine too, because I always say if there's any animals in the reading that, it means something. So for that matter, we might as well look at the cat. Look at where the light is on the cat. I'm telling you guys, for some of you, that's like a kitten. I feel like you're meant to, it's time for you to get an animal, I'm telling you, and a baby one if you can. They have baby ones that, I always tell people, please go to a kill shelter first, But they have baby animals at a kill shelter. I just saw this video of a family that found an entire litter of like purebred huskies that they brought to a shelter. and they were like $60 or something at the shelter, which is insane because a purebred husky is very, very, very expensive. So you never know what you're, meant to, what you're meant to get, or what you're, or what you're going to find there. Say you're somebody that's like, oh, I really want X, Y, and Z. It's like, you'll get it. If you're meant to, it'll come when they're meant to. Also, the number 8, they want us to work with the number 8, and 2505 and then 2506 are angel numbers so far. So let's go to the grooming. Also, they wanted me to point out that this is from the vertical cards, and that the vertical cards are the what. And it says the 15 vertical action cards reveal what to do and how to be. So grooming is very interesting. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. Let me see what this says. Card 3 blah, 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 is how to be active in the world and get your heart's desire. Okay, the attitude cards are about yourself and how to look at things and to approach our problems. Okay, so let me find this one. Here we go, grooming. The action is pamper yourself. The advice is treat yourself as gently as you would treat a child. Allow the outer world problems and issues to dissolve as the mind, body, and spirit is nurtured. The only thing that matters now is personal comfort and self-care. Put desires to the side. Forget the future and focus on here and now. Place the self at the center of all priorities. Listen to inspiring music. Feed yourself nurturing foods. Treat yourself like a goddess or / god that you are. Focus on actions and activities that bring you pleasure. Make yourself a priority. Love your body and it will love you back. Become as compassionate to yourself as you would a child. It feels good to pamper or be pampered by another. Prepare for an unimaginably delicious outcome and trust resolution is coming. Take your sweet time with this one, dear ones. Don't worry about the exterior and how you look when you are grooming yourself. You need no one's approval or permission. Deep grooming happens in the interior level. Work at the surface and move deeper at your own pace and private comfort zone. You belong to no one but yourself. You know what is best for you. You reach for your highest good and shower yourself in positive love, light, and intentions. Your body is your best friend, your temple, and your soul's resting place. Treat it with respect and spoil it frequently. Oh, I love that. I told you these cards are so special. Anna, did you see that angel that just flew by? Oh my gosh. Do you want me to pull one of these already? Okay, yeah. This one I pulled 3 times in a row. It's another vertical card. Oh, number 11, watching. Oh my gosh, look at this card. I love it. Oh my gosh, I just dropped my lantern. Look at this card. Oh my gosh, can we talk about their outfit for a minute? I mean, that is like the sexiest, coolest tribal outfit. Oh, I had a Cantonese once. I know that's supposed to be like a Siamese, but I had a Cantonese once named Sebastian. He was such a great cat. Number 11, watching. Okay, so I'm going to, I feel like I'm meant to pull these out right now and just stay focused with these. So let's do that. Let's just stay focused here. I felt the need to take it down a bit. Okay, also number 11, gotta love it. The angel number, it's gorgeous. Loving, loving, loving that right now. Okay, so the action is observe. The advice is more information is needed. The situation is unfolding. Allow for time to let things develop. Employ the feline alertness to watch and wait for the right moment. Is the ultimate goal worth your effort and your focus? Is something bigger and better in store for you? Widen your view, open the aperture, and allow the unfolding to provide every option. What questions still need to be asked? What information is still required? Do some detective work on your own. Ask allies to gather information for you. This allows you to make your next move with grace and effectiveness. Do not let personal hunger, Cravings and greed move you before the moment is ripe. Rewards are reaped for those who are patient. Stay still and observe. Gifts are bestowed on those with perseverance. Cats are the active observers of any situation they are interested in. Become the active observer by allowing full embodiment of the moment. Emotions should slip away. Do not think or calculate. Simply observe. Put desires on the back burner to become a neutral tracker. Then big picture comes into focus and all relevant details will be revealed. Wow, that's so powerful. Also, this fire, the way it's been flickering behind here, I just feel like I know that we just came out of the fire energy and we're now in the earth energy of Capricorn, but I feel like we do have a lot of fire signs in this tribe for sure. I know we've got a lot of Leo, Aries, and definitely Sagittarius in here. So with heavy, fire placement in our chart. So I also feel like that's them trying to tell us to like mellow fellow in the Capricorn energy to ground and don't use our fire to just like fly off the handle. You know what I mean? Like we're meant to be the observer right now. Also, I mean, look at the winter energy. So, I feel like during this winter energy, and even if you're in the southern hemisphere, it's the, summer energy. But during these, I always think of summer and winter as like the downtime, right? Because in the spring, we're planting, we're preparing, for the rest of the year. And then, in the fall, we're reaping the harvest and bringing it in to sustain us through the winter. You know what I mean? Like we have like all these processes that we go through. So I feel like, this is just a time for all of us to really go inward and and sometimes taking action doesn't necessarily have to be a physical thing, right? Like observing and watching is taking action. It's just that you're watching it before you actually like put it into motion. But this whole deck is about taking action. Honestly, I mean, there are so many decks that I was drawn to or wanted. And when I got this deck, well, first of all, I just knew Anna was sending a deck, but I felt like it was going to be really powerful for the tribe. So thank you, Anna. And thanks you guys just for everything. It's been a really miraculous year. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Welcome to the new subscribers and welcome back to those of you who've been with us a long time. I'm feeling like we want to pull a few more of the Island Time Wellness card. Okay, I think this is the last one. Ooh, seduction. Interesting. So it says attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, and third party interference. What's going on there? And this could be, for those of you who are observing, this could be something going on with a significant other that you have been feeling. Maybe there's something inside of you that's feeling like something's off. Spirit saying, listen to that. Listen to that. Maybe there's like a flirting or you hear them on the phone or they're like, you see their face like lighten up and they're like sending an email and you're like, who's that? They're like, oh, it's just somebody from work. Flirting is cheating as far as I'm concerned. I know people say it's not, but I think it is, if it's something cute, in a moment like today, I had a cute moment with this older man. I needed help at the grocery store. I couldn't get this thing off the shelf because I, short, and long story short, we had like this moment. I was like, thank you so much. What beautiful eyes you have. And he did. He just had these magical blue eyes. And he was like, oh, I think I'll get that for my wife. Because I was like, you should try this candy. It's really good. This like natural candy. And we ended up having this cute conversation. And then we moved on. You know what I mean? But I mean, that's one thing. Okay. But there's another when it's like, it's a constant, or maybe they have a quote unquote friend. I saw something recently where this person's like, I kept telling my significant other that I didn't like the way they talked to this person, and it just felt like too personal and intimate. And she's like, and I was right. He ended up cheating on me with her, and they weren't quote unquote friends. Like they'd been liking each other they had been friends for years, but then finally, like when they were with them, they finally, sorry, I'm picking up some cards off the ground. They finally were like, you know what? I wasn't crazy. You did like them. You did, whatever. And they got over it, but they were just like, I knew it. They're like, I knew something was wrong. So if you're like feeling like something is wrong or you're feeling like something is off, listen to your intuition about that, you know? So the fact that I felt that when I saw the flirting and then the third party interference, I don't like that. And the temptation, you know, hooking up and dating is fine, you know, but also remember that sometimes, let's put it this way. I've had some situations where I had a one night stand and I never heard from them again, or, you know, they kind of like led me on for a long time, but like, you know, never, you know, they kept showing up when they wanted to, you know what I mean? Like used me or whatever. And then I've had one night stands that turned into relationships, you know, that lasted for years. So, you know, it's different all the time, but I just watched this movie uh, today where she really liked this guy and they had this like instant connection. They had this magical date and she's, you know, she slept with him on the first date and he's like, I don't normally do this. She's like, I don't either, you know, and um, she's like, I just felt something with you. And he's like, me too. And he sent her flowers and he left her a message and everything. And she was like really excited, but then she didn't hear from him for like a week. And then she's out with her friends and she sees him with somebody else. And then he finally like admits to her that, you know, he did really like her and all that was real, but then he realized like what he really wanted in a long, you know, term relationship that he wasn't going to find with her. And here she was like building up this relationship in her head. So, you know, don't build up things that they're really drawing me to talk about that. So don't build up things that aren't there. You know what I mean? Especially because it can be really painful. It hurts to have, you know, someone do something like that, you know, especially if you feel like you have some connection with somebody. Okay, do we have any more messages? I think that might be it, you guys. This was a very interesting. I asked at the beginning of this, I'm like, is this a pick a reading? Because it felt like it was going to be a pick a reading. So just remember that if it doesn't resonate with you, it's not your story. We have a lot of tribe members and, you know, a lot of people who watch these videos. So when we do them like this, like for the tribe, it's just to, you know, apply it to your own story, you know, kind of thing. But also, you know, I like to do like the, where I, um, shuffle them up again and see if there's like another version of this story kind of thing. So let me see if they want me to do that. Okay, so this is how they are having me do it. Oop, upside down. That one's back in the middle. Interesting. And here. And I feel like it wants to go like that. Look at how beautiful and vibrant these cards are. They look prettier when it's darker like that. I really like it. So, watching, grooming, and winter. And you know, interesting with the timing, I feel like now that they had it go this way, I feel like for now, for some of us, I feel like they're saying for the way for us to take action is to seriously just watch from afar. You know, maybe it's the people in our life that we need to, you know, sometimes the best course of action is to take no action at all. Have you ever heard that? It's really true. Because sometimes you just need to wait and let something play out. There have been times where I have rushed to make a decision or I've rushed to whatever because somebody's like, I need an answer right now, or I need blah, blah. And then it ends up backfiring on me. And I have found in the last few months that I may think something about somebody or I may think that something is going down a certain way. And then bam, it just like turns around and I'm like, okay, I'm like, maybe that isn't exactly, you know, I felt like they wanted me to move that over here. Also, work with your amethyst for healing and black tourmaline. I know there's other stones here. That's a moonstone. But I was really drawn to those two specifically just now. But do you hear what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's better to just keep your mouth shut and not say anything and let something play out on its own. Also, karma is very real and let spirit do the karma on their own. You know what I'm saying? Like let spirit work things out. You don't have to take action on certain things. So just be the observer this winter, even with yourself. And with the grooming practices, I'm getting this kind of like, you know, maybe you're somebody who always does your hair and your makeup, and Spirit's like, why don't you just go a little more natural this year? Or I just watched something with someone and they're like, I decided to go red for January for the new year. And I was like, oh, wow, it was such a beautiful color on them. They're like, I would have never thought to go red, you know, so maybe it's time to do something different with your outer appearance, or maybe it's time this winter to kind of play with, you know, maybe matching your outside with your insides. You know, Spirit has talked to us about that before, about matching our insides with our outsides. It's just hair. You know, it'll always grow back. So if you want to color it, cut it, you know, whatever. Maybe you want to start wearing a different makeup, or, you know, maybe sometimes it's just like a lip. Today I was really drawn to this lip pencil, and I told my husband, I said, I miss like getting ready and looking good and curling my hair. And, you know, since we've been off grid, I have no electricity. I haven't curled my hair in like 6 months, which is weird because I usually curl my hair at least like once a week. And so I'm like, I don't know who I am. Like, I feel like I'm going through this metamorphosis. So allow yourself to do that. And I'm getting the reason why I feel like they had me move the winter card here is I feel like by the end of the winter, we're all going to feel so much better, or the end of summer for our Southern Hemisphere people. I feel like we're going to finally feel like we can breathe. So just allow this change and transformation to take place, this metamorphosis, if you will. Let us go from 2022 to 2023 with grace. And during this Mercury retrograde and during, this winter time, just go inward and work with spirit. And also don't forget about that meditation that spirit spoke to us about at the beginning. It'll be in the description box below, the Angels of Victory. I highly recommend you listen to that. Okay, so those are our messages, you guys. I hope they helped you in any way, and know that spirit has our back and they are looking out for us. And look at all these fairies, all this divine feminine fairy energy, and these cats. Until next time, take really good care of yourselves and each other. Blessed be. Oh,